Welcome back to Real Talk. This week we want to talk about the housing market, and I think we've had a lot of buyers and sellers, mostly sellers, that are freaking out a little bit. And we've talked about this for a while now about the shift in the market, and we just kind of want to see if we can answer some questions and talk about what expectations should look like, right?
Yeah, so would you say it's a buyer's or a seller's market right now?
It's interesting. I definitely say it's a buyer's market, but we don't know where the buyers are. So I think we have a lot of buyers that are just nervous right now. And everybody was saying it was interest rates that were driving it. And I don't know that that's necessarily true, because we have seen interest rates come down. And I think it's more of just instability in the economy. I think that a lot of people are unsure of where the economy is going. I think inflation is really hurting a lot of homes right now. And I think that people are just nervous to do anything, whether it's they currently have a home and they don't want to sell that home, they don't want to get into the housing market. And I don't think people are necessarily scared of rates where they are, but I think that people are just nervous to make a move in general. And so we don't have a whole lot of buyers in the market, and because of that, we're seeing inventory rise, and when inventory rises, that does shift us back to a buyer's market.
Okay, so if I'm a seller and I'm afraid to put my house on the market, what would be the best advice that you have for me right now?
I think the best thing that sellers can do is set proper expectations with your agent, right? And so I think the hardest thing for sellers right now is we're coming down from a market where I think everybody's used to, you list your home and immediately you have multiple offers, over asking offers. And I think the first thing that you need to do is prepare your home to show and put its best foot forward, where we didn't have to do that, right? You probably always should have done that, but you didn't necessarily have to. So I think you need to prepare your home to hit market. If there's small maintenance items that need to be done, go ahead and do them. You should probably, paint and stage a home. We're back to staging and making a home show well. But mostly what it comes down to is pricing. I think pricing is super important, and I think where a lot of sellers are losing their footing is you need to work with an agent that has a realistic grasp on the market and know that comps are very important, but we also need to look at realistic comps, because what your neighbor might have sold their home for 6 months ago might not be realistic for what you're going to sell your home for today, because that's, it's a different market, it's different buyers, a different economy. And so we really have to be realistic with our pricing, as well as, if you have your home marketed well, you're with a good real estate team, and you're getting 1 to 2 showings a week, that's a good marketing plan. Okay, we're not looking at going through a weekend and having 25 showings, open houses where cars are strung around the block, right? That's not the market we're in anymore. Yeah. So setting those proper expectations is super important.
Okay, and what would you say to those buyers who are afraid to take that jump and put out an offer?
I'd say get on board, right? I don't think we're going to see housing prices come down, right? I just don't. And I think that it's still the best investment that you can make. We obviously don't, again, I always say my crystal ball's in the shop, right? But once we do start to see, buyers jump back in the market, we know what that market looks like. We know, that's when housing prices are going to go up, probably back not to that COVID level. But this is buyers' opportunity to take advantage of that, because now is when sellers are more willing to negotiate. This is when sellers are more willing to pay for your closing costs. This is when sellers are more willing to do repairs, whether it's upfront or before they hit market or during the repair process, because they're more eager to get to the closing table. So as a buyer, if you're thinking of getting into the market, now's your time. And so don't miss this window when it's a good time to go ahead and take advantage of the market.
Yeah,
What are we doing to stay successful right now?
Yeah, so we work really hard to try and find inventory for our clients off market. Just because I've been in the industry for so long, we do have a lot of sellers that will reach out to us if they're hesitant to put their house on the market, because we do work with a lot of buyers. They'll come to us and say, hey, if we are looking at selling, what would we need to do? So we do have a lot of what's called pocket listings, where we a lot of times have houses ready to hit market. They're just hesitant to go on market. So we do have listings that are ready to go. They're just not ready. They're ready to pull the trigger yet. Yeah, so, right now is a great time for buyers, especially if you are hesitant to get into the market. I think it's a good time to go ahead and, we'll put you in touch with a great lender, look at what your options are, and know that it might not always be the best time. I know a lot of agents will say, now's the time. It's always a good time to explore your options, right? Talk to a lender, find out your financial situation, and find out if now is a good time. And it might not be, but if it is, let's get you out there, let's get you searching. And if you are thinking about putting your house on the market, go ahead and reach out. And again, let's look at things that you need to do to put your best foot forward, because that's what's going to bring in top dollar. What's super important is your first weekend on market, your first 1 or 2 weekends on market, because if you don't show your home well to begin with, that's when you have to start doing those price drops, and it really hurts you. So reach out to us today. Thanks.